Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Fifth Wife, a Sisterwives recap podcast. My name is Brianna, the fifth wife, Cody, that nobody wanted or asked for. Oh, Cody. Today we're gonna be recapping season 19, episode 24. Blessed are those who mourn. Sorry that our setup looks a little bit differently today. If you're over here on YouTube, I am recording from my childhood home. Yes, my bedroom, laying in bed at my parents' house, recording this episode. So I'm sorry if things look a little funky or we got some issues. So apologies now. This won't be forever. I am moving, so stay tuned for that. If you are over here on YouTube, please like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with your other Sisterwives loving friends. If you're listening on any podcast platform, please follow the show so you don't miss out on any episodes that are released. I also do want to take a second here to promote my Patreon. I do have a Patreon that's $5 a month for the Sims like Destiny tier, where we recap 1 to 2 episodes per week. I just got done recording season 1, episode 1 of Poly Family and Quad We Trust, so that will be out today. After this episode, I'm going to be recording season 1, episode 4, A Third Wife in Labor of Sisterwives. So we'll be running both those shows, recaps every single week, at least Sister Wives every single week. But we'll definitely try to get Polyfam in there as well, because that show is a fucking disaster, to say the least. An absolute fucking disaster. So join me over there to talk that shit. I did just start also a Facebook group, so go join over there as well if you want to talk some shit, share some Sister Wives theories and drama and all that good stuff. Anything reality TV, we can talk about. It is a closed group, so you will have to request to join, but go ahead, do that, and let you in. Um, Anyways, you guys, this is like my second time recording this, and I'm like, I fucked up my notes, and well, I thought I did, and then I didn't know how to get out of it, and this is my first time using StreamYard by myself. And I just was like, I just completely stopped the recording instead of pausing it to figure out like where the fuck am I? So that's fun. So we get to restart this all over again. So fun. But so let's get into season 19, episode 24 of Sister Wives. I do want to say this recap is going to be a little bit different than what I normally do, either like a watch along or a full recap. Since this is dealing with Garrison's death very heavily, I'm not going to be recapping that. I will touch on the points of what happens, but I'm not going to go in depth or detail. You have just go watch the show or just take these notes as it is. Or if you don't even want to listen to this, I understand this is such a heavy, hard conversation to have, and I don't want to be the person to like kind of like take that away from the Brown family and all that stuff. So, without further ado, let's get into it here. Sorry, I'm trying to like turn my fan off in my room because I'm fucking cold. But so I'm the recap will be talking about the Garrison points, but we will be making fun of what we can make fun of. And that's the Cody, Wyoming trip of it all, you guys, because what the fuck was that? That was insane. And I'm not here to judge someone for going on vacation or like making what, like exactly what David said, where he was like, you still have to laugh, you still have to cry, and then you're also grieving. It's not just you're upset the entire time. Like, grief is not linear, it doesn't look the same for every single person. So I don't shame Dabsark for going here and doing a little fun activity before the burial of Garrison. I don't think that's necessarily wrong. Would everybody do it? No, but I don't think that it's necessarily a bad thing. But it is great for us to make fun of because again, the nose picking, the ladies man, the Brianna simulating oral sex on a woman. Like, what the fuck was that? And I have pictures for it all. I have pictures for it all because I was just mortified. So without further ado, this is gonna be the final cut, you guys, because I can't edit this. I can't do this again. It is what it is. If there's mistakes, I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't. I'm trying my best here, okay? Again, so let's get into this episode. It opens up with beautiful photos of Garrison when he was younger and videos and landscape of Flagstaff. We get talking about Garrison and all of his legacy and stuff like that. And then we go to Salt Lake City with David and Christine. And David, I am so thankful for. And I know I talk shit about David because he's new. He's got that voice. He's got, you know, he's just David again. For me, so unattractive and so unsexual. Uh, Much like Sean from Poly Family, but I hate Sean more than I think I hate Cody Brown. Anyways, go check that out over there. But David is such a blessing for Christine, especially during this time, because he opens up about his late wife who passed away the same way that Garrison did. So for her to have him and him to be able to understand what she's going through is amazing. And he can help her grieve. Like she said, she's like, I don't know how to cook, I don't know how to clean, but I know or she what am I saying? I know how to cook, I don't know how to grieve. I know how to clean, I don't know how to grieve. I know how to host, I know how to have people over, but I don't know how to grieve. And like thankfully David's there for her. He brings up an awesome point where he's like, you know, when he's like, I don't know Garrison, like tell me about him. So we find out like, oh, Garrison was really inappropriate, like he is funny, a huge heart, which like we obviously know a little bit about that from like last week's episode too. And he also opens up about his late wife and her passing and him having to tell his kids like your mom's not coming home. And we find out that like Christine has seen like the home videos and stuff like that of his late wife, which I thought was amazing. And like she speaks on how great she was as a mom, which is like, it just shows how great Christine is as a person, and just, I don't know, she like handled that subject with so much care and understanding, and just, it was very sweet. We also find out that they had planted a tree in honor of Garrison, which is a willow tree, and they named it Sedona Midnight, which was Garrison's quote unquote stripper name that he came up with for himself, which is hilarious. Again, inappropriate Garrison. We love it. Mary, we jump to Parowan, and Mary like absolutely like makes my heart break when she is talking about Garrison. Like you can just feel her sadness, feel her grief, feel all of it. But we get this funny moment where they're talking about the B&B and like the carpet and whatever, and Jen's like, "Oh, the carpet doesn't match the drapes." And Mary's like, "What?" And now Mary is like, again, doing her community theater act of like, "Oh, what does that mean?" Like, Mary laughs at the stupidest shit. So like, and the most inappropriate things, like she thinks the most inappropriate things are funny. So I'm like, there's no way that you don't know what the carpet doesn't match the drapes mean. Like in your pure, like even in like your culture and religion, and you lived in Vegas, you don't know what that means. And then they laugh. Oh, the carpet matches. I'm like, okay, not fucking funny. Not funny, but I loved it because it was like it gave me something to make fun of and be like, "Oh, here we go with the fucking laughs." Mary loves to laugh, Samuel Jacob Cooper. So uh so we fast forward then 4 months into the future. Okay, and this is where we're going to go on our Cody, Wyoming trip. And Robin, I need to say, is in this episode way too much. Okay, even for my liking of like to make fun of, like she is just in this episode more than she should be. But whatever. So, but they know what they're doing. They know that like they need to give us a little something to like a little break in the episode of this, and then this was great for me really. Like, and again, I said this on my TikTok, but I love watching Dabsark talk to other people and interact with people in the wild because they're just so fucking weird and they do the weirdest shit, like Brianna. Okay. Hate sharing my namesake with that girl. Well, my name's not Brianna, but like, on the same vein. So we're in Cody, Wyoming, and we open up to them all getting ice cream. Okay. And Areola is so goddamn tall. I hope Robin is giving her all of her old $30,000 worth of Victoria's Secret pajama pants because the girl needs them. She is a tall, tall fucking girl. And again with the bows in the hair, I think Brianna has a little bow on her and my little braid. Oh, like God, I don't like the bow trend. I really don't. I think that's so ugly. And we find out that Cody loves Cody, Wyoming. There's more places to shop, more places to stay, Cody, but he's really from Lovell. He has Cody, his dad's ranch is there. Granola. You want some granola, Cody? Check out Patreon for that one. His roots are there. We kind of have family there, kind of like a place of home, Cody. Yeah, it is kind of like a place of home. That's what you would call where like your husband grew up, where his other kids go. A place of home. For everybody else but you, Robin, because your ass never came here besides that one time that we went to that homecoming, like the same exact thing, because everyone forgot to mention this in the beginning of the episode, but they mentioned that like this is a big homecoming weekend for people that are originally from Lovell or Cody, and everyone comes back for this, and that's when they're doing this weekend, which they did this before in an early season. They went to back to Cody's hometown, and I think this is the same exact one. And that was the episode where the woman called Cody. They're like, yeah, Cody was kind of like a ladies' man, like, he like basically blacked out my headlights, but then we thought he was flamboyantly gay. Like we thought Cody was gay, and it was just like so funny. Like 'cause he's just like, me my four wives. No, we thought he was gay, and he loved his hair too much. So fucking funny. Anyways, so while they're eating ice cream, Cody's like, yeah, you guys like, and obviously this is their first time as adults visiting because this is something a dad would totally do. Point out things that he's worked on. And it's like, great, Cody actually had a job. So that's exciting to hear. And he wants to go point out the two of the biggest signs that he sold in town. And we know Cody like fancied himself a sign salesman. I thought he was like not this kind of sign. I don't know why I thought he was like a billboard salesman. Maybe they said that in the book. Can someone fact check that for me? Like maybe they said that in the book where he sold billboards. I didn't know it was like these kinds of signs. Anyway, so Cody's gonna like take us to go look at these signs. And he was so excited to show his kids that he actually worked for once, not just doing his $200 an hour cameos, right? So he's like, like I like bragging to my kids. I'm like, Cody, you like bragging to literally everyone. And he just loves to hear himself talk. And so he's like explaining the sign. He's going in depth on how the sign was made, to which we find out later he's just the middleman. He doesn't actually know how the signs are made, but he did give us a history lesson in this. He loves to fucking hear himself talk. He loves to give himself do a soliloquy of just like talking, right? And during his like talk about these signs, the editors did like hilarious editing where it's just like over and over of him talking. Ariola is just sitting there fucking picking her nose just like her older sister does. Aurora. They have that in common. They are definitely sisters. Love to pick that nose. And he's just like looking at all these signs and like Saul, you just like see Saul, he's like, oh my fuck, this is my dad. Like seriously, like this is my fucking dad. Like really? And like I agree, Saul. Like that sucks. He also looks like Solomon looks just like Robin. Like I mean, carbon copy of Robin. Like you can see that jaw is strong. Those genes and well, that jaw is a strong gene to have. Um anyways, so then we get to go into the saddle shop. Amazing. So excited to do that and find out. And Robbins gets to go shopping. So she's fucking thrilled. And we walk in and the Cody starts yucking up with the guys. Remember me, remember me. The guy's like, yeah, you look a lot different. It's like, I don't have this long hair. Cody, your hair is falling out. Like your hair is literally falling out. What do you like? You don't really have that long of hair anyway. Like what? And so they're just like going back and forth. He's like, yeah, that sign paid for itself in a month. He's like, oh, I love being like a legacy to this guy. Again, Cody saw it. He's like, I helped this guy out. Yeah, I can be a part of it. Fucking loser. So then he's like, well, Cody's like sitting there. He's like, oh, how much do one of these saddles cost? $15,000 to $20,000 for like that saddle. I'm like, give Robin the earmuff. She's gonna want to fucking buy this thing. And then the guy's like, oh well, this one that I'm working on, 25,000 or not even $50,000. I don't know why I said 25,000. $50,000. What? Keep Robin away from it because we know how fast she can spend 50 grand in 3 months. She can spend it faster than here, like faster here. Like Robin's be like, oh Cody, I really want to get into horseback riding. You remember that saddle? Remember that saddle? I think that'd look really nice. Like you can be like the cowboy that you always wanted to be, Cody. Because we know that like scene of them on that horse has to be coming up soon too. Because that's the only part of like the trailer from this season that we didn't get. And so we're in the store, whatever. And then Cody, his 6-pack abs, I'm like looking at this man, like, where are they? Where are your 6-pack abs? Because you're looking a little thick, Cody. Okay. And I only make fun of his body because it's Cody. Okay. Anyways, so then we like leave this store, whatever. And they're like, oh, you want to get in the stagecoach? They all get in this fucking little stagecoach. And I'm like, towards horses. So like, maybe let's not do this. And so they go on the stagecoach. We're all like walking and there was a talking head of Robin be like, oh, like, Cody like loves seeing his friends. I love meeting Cody's friends. Like, well, who? The saddle shop guy? That's another famous Cody Brown friend. Everyone that he meets is his best friend. That's not his friend. They did business together. Like, what? And then she's like, oh, like, this is sad and heavy, but like, we can meet his friends. Why haven't you been here before then? Like, you guys been married for like, what, 15 years and you've never been here? You've never met any of these people? It's really weird, right? Like, this is his hometown. Why haven't you ever gone back here? Like, ever. I feel like him and Cody, like, they don't go on any vacations. Like, him and Mary used to go to like, Cancun. And then like, they also, or and Janelle and him would go on hikes and shit, and him and Christine went to Galveston. Where do Robin and Cody go? Oh, Scottsdale to go shopping. They don't go on any fucking vacations with all their money that they have. Oh, because it's all in dolls. That's why. That's why I'm answering my own questions here. So Robin's like starts trying to cry, and she's like, "Oh, no, it's like a kind of a sad and heavy trip. Kinda sad and heavy. What? Yeah, it is sad and heavy. It isn't just like kind of, like it is. Like we're laying a son to rest, a child in your family, your stepchild to rest. And it's not sad and heavy. Like, and again, she's gonna say something later where she's like, "Oh, like I think it's gonna be really sad to go to the gravesite. I think that's gonna be really sad." Yeah, it's gonna be sad. It's not just like you think. It's not like, "Oh, I think, I might have McDonald's for lunch today." No. Like this isn't just like a question. It is gonna be sad. That you're laying somebody to fucking rest. Like, what do you mean? Like genuinely, like, are you just that dumb to say something like that? Do you just not think? And it's like, have some compassion. And like, I mentioned this on TikTok, but it's like every talking head of her where she's talking about Garrison's passing, it's all centered around Cody. There's nothing to do with Christine or Janelle at all. Never once mentions Janelle's name to be like, God, I feel so bad for Janelle. You can't mention her name one time or the kids. Like that to me, disgusting. Disgusting. And so anyways, let's get back to where we find out again, Cody's not from Cody, Wyoming. We know he's from Lovell. We already talked about this. And we've been here before. We've been to the ranch. Remember when McKelty got thrown off that horse? Like we've fucking been here. We had to paint the houses. Jesus. So Cody is like, or Cody's like so giddy. Like he's like, I love, I love Cody, Wyoming. Like I would chase girls around here, but he's not a ladies' man. And later in the episode, he's not a ladies' man, but he chased girls around here. Yeah, he probably just chased them. They didn't want anything to fucking do with him. Okay. Um, so we got off the carriage ride, or during the carriage ride. Sorry, like I'm like trying to read my notes. Make sure this video is still recording. Make sure my garage band is recording. It's just like, oh my god. Usually I just have like my camera set up and like I can have my notes like right in front of me. It's kind of hard to do, you guys. Kind of hard. This won't be forever, so again, sorry. So they're in the carriage ride, and Robin's like, "Oh, like, haha, how fun would it be if we went through a drive-through? Oh, you would like that. You would like that. You want to go spend more money? We just got done with ice cream, and you just probably bought a saddle. You want to spend more money? Okay." And we know Robin doesn't cook. I know Robin's not a cook because she like her bomb lasagna had fucking cheddar cheese in it. Disgusting. Disgusting. Ugh. And Robin's talking head, I just need to point this out. She's got a pimp. She's got a huge pimple. By pimp, I mean pimple on her nose. I'm like, haha, dumb bitch. Anyway, so we get off the carriage ride and we walk up to this Wild Wild Rush show, and Cody's like, hopefully we can get tickets. And then it's just like immediately starts thunderstorming. And I notice Ariel is always right next to Cody, like at all times. Which is nice. Like I'm happy like he has a good relationship with one of his daughters, like wants to be around one of them. And now we get Robin's talking head, and she starts being like, I've held space for Cody. We've grieved together. I'm just, worried. Like death really changes a person. Like I just don't want to, basically him to change, whatever. And like, yeah, death does change a person, especially when it's your child. I am fortunate enough not to have lost my parents yet, but like I always hear like that changes a person. I couldn't even imagine what losing a child would do to a person. Like I think and this is to me was coming off again. I don't want to be talking shit about how she's grieving, but it was coming off like she was up was nervous for her sake, maybe even safety, that he's gonna change for her and not be the same old Cody that she just had, and like because finally they were getting into a good place. So I don't know. We'll see. So now of course we're spending more money. So the show ends. Cody gets a little snippy with Robin. She's like, "Oh, Cody, like where should we go? Like everyone's going up there." I don't know. Robin, go. Everyone's up there. Oh, should we just go in the car? Like I don't know. Go shopping. Like there's tons of stores. Just go fucking shopping, Robin. So now we're at dinner, and we're seeing Cody's like, "Oh, it was such a fun day. We're seeing the sights, and the rain came, and then raining down on everyone. Da, 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 da." Actually, I think that was Robin that said, "Oh, like the rain came, and it started raining." Yeah, that's what rain is. That's what rain is. Yeah. So they go back to this hotel to eat dinner, and we find out Cody was actually named after Buffalo Bill Cody, and his dad named him after that. And now we get another history lesson from Cody, another soliloquy. And Solomon, you can just Solomon like puts his hand up. He's like, "Oh my fucking god! Like, how many more? Like, is he serious right now? Like, I just want to go play on my Switch. I want to go play with my Legos. Like, can I go up to the room, please?" And I just want to mention too, we don't see Dan anywhere, and like I don't know if he was on this trip or not, or he just doesn't want to be filmed. I know he doesn't want to be filmed. So I just wonder if he was like here on this trip or he just didn't go at all. I'm hoping he went. But who knows? I don't really like to talk about Dan because again, he wants his life private. So we keep him private. Um, so anyway, so we get this whole Buffalo Bill thing, and Cody's just like, oh yeah, like he was this guy, like da, 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 he's a cowboy, he's so charming, and he was finding himself quite a bit of a ladies' man. And then we go, or he's like, he was sorry, I'm getting confused. Like again, my notes. He's like, so like he was an entertainer, and Cody's like, Rob's like, oh, like Cody, do you find yourself an entertainer? Like, I know these cameras are here and you're on TV, but like, do you think you're an entertainer? He's like, I entertain you. Gross. That sounds disgusting. Ugh. Um, and then he's like, yeah, and this is where he was like, oh, he's a ladies' man. He was a ladies' man. And this is where we get Aurora, or no, sorry, Brianna and Robin fucking cracking up like Mary and Jen. Like, oh, he's a ladies' man. He's a ladies' man. And then Brianna does this weird, like, even more weird facial expressions. We have a new Brown family comedian on her hands, so she thinks she's fucking hilarious. Get her a fucking mic at Zany's and put her up there because she thinks she is so fucking funny. She does this weird tongue thing. It's like, again, simulating giving a girl head. Like, that's what all I can think of is like, that's what she was doing. Like, I don't know why you would do the tongue thing. Like, that's not like a makeout. Like, oh my god, it was so fucking weird. And her and Robin are like just yucking it up together. And then Cody gets all embarrassed. She's like, oh no, I'm not saying I was lazy, man. I'm not saying I was lazy, man. And now we have this whole weird thing with Robin be like, yeah, Cody, he was a ladies' man. He had 4 wives. He had 4 wives. Yeah, and you're the only one left. And then you're the only one left. I like Cody, I think in the early seasons was charming, and we did see him like kind of flirt with people on the show. But like I don't foresee him and ever called him gay, like from his high school. So like I don't know if he was even really a ladies' man. I think he thinks he is, and I think he thinks he's like really charming, but he's not at all. I don't think, especially anymore. Like he's honestly frightening towards women. Um, so then we finish up dinner, and like at one point we see Ariola's foot on top of like Cody's shoulder, I think. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? She just laying down on the floor? Just bring her up to the room. Have her and Saul, have Brianna or Aurora just take her to the room. She's done. You're done. You're tired. I mean, like as a kid though, I also did this. And I think I get confused. I don't really even know how old Areola is because she's such a tall child. I'm like, oh, she's 10. But maybe she's not. Maybe she's not. Somebody let me know down below because I don't even know how old this fucking kid is. So that concludes the Kaji, Wyoming trip. And we kind of go back and we hear from Gabe talking about Garrison and everything like that, which was, again, every time I see Gabe, my heart just breaks for him. My heart breaks for Savannah because we find out like she's much like Janelle, where she's more stoic and keeps her emotions in and doesn't really talk, to anybody about them. And it's just, I can't even imagine what they're all going through. I'm so happy that they were moving Savannah from Flagstaff to North Carolina in with Maddie. So they'll all be together and then be in the house together. And, Savannah can start her life over kind of in North Carolina. And, you know what? Those kids have moved so much, like, especially Savannah. Like, she's been all over the goddamn place and hasn't ever had a place to call home. So hopefully North Carolina can be that for her, and just be her new home. And then at the very end of the episode, which is really where I just started like bawling my eyes out, mixed like Garrison suicide with animals. Oh, forget it. Janelle walks into the Humane Society and then she couldn't even talk, which like that immediately got me. I was already started crying. And then Savannah stepped in and was like, oh, my brother, like, passed away. Da, 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 which like the lady should have already known that like that's what they're here for. Like there's camera crew, you're already mic'd up, like we know. But regardless, we go and they show us the room and like I'm immediately just like bawling my eyes out. Janelle's crying. I don't know if Savannah was crying, but I know Janelle was like just so emotional. And we see like his little plaque and through the fans of the show, his friends, family donated to this cause because he adopted all 3 of his cats from this humane society, and he loved his cats, and over $25,000 was donated, and they were able to sponsor all all cat adoptions for the month of March for Garrison. Oh my god, getting the chills, choked up here a little bit. So they were able to do that with the donations from everyone, which is just so amazing. And what a legacy it is for Garrison to be able, for people to have done that for him and that be his room forever. Like, and people even said that they're like, this room is not going anywhere. Like, this will always be in memorial for Garrison. And this is where we take every person who is adopting an animal into this room. So I thought that was just beyond amazing. And shout out to all of the fans and everyone who has donated and on behalf of Garrison, not only to this specific humane society, but your own humane society. And I think, like, as fans, that's all that, we can do to honor him, honor Janelle during this time is, if you have anything, put it in his name. I know I'll be making an additional donation at the end of this season from any money I make from Patreon, TikTok, whatever. Like, I'll be making a donation to that humane society for Garrison. It's just the right thing to do. And again, so that concludes that episode, you guys. I know this is shorter than normal, but I kind of, again, just wanted to talk shit about the Cody, Wyoming trip of it all, and Areola fucking picking her nose and shit. And there's not really much else to poke fun at here. Again, next week might be similar. If there's anything to make fun of, like, we will. It might be a a little bit shorter episode again. Again, I just want to have the Browns honor them in the best way that I can as, a recap podcast, TikTok person, and stuff like that. So with that being said, we'll see you guys hopefully next week in that. Otherwise, we'll be here for the one-on-ones where they're going to tell us probably nothing. And again, if you guys please comment, like, subscribe, share this podcast with your friends, share my TikTok with your friends, share my Patreon. It is so very much appreciated. I love creating this little community that we have here on our corner of the internet to talk shit about Sisterwives or TLC shows. Go subscribe everywhere. I love you guys, and we'll see you in the next one.